Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzomus, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality and I talk about personal and self-growth. And if that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us. Give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And thank you for your love and support. In today's video, I'm going to fill you in, guys, on the reason why narcissists struggle with sleep. Now, for us to better understand this, I'm going to take you back in time. In the beginning of meeting the narcissist, you will sit with them usually like anybody else who is starting some kind of entanglement. So you're going to sit with them, you will ask them about their exes, their previous husbands, ex-husbands, their ex-wives. You're going to talk with them. You want to know a little bit of, of this and that, of what exactly has been going on with their lives. Now, this happens in so many relationships, regardless of whether they are narcissistic or not. But even most of the times, people separate for various reasons. But you're going to notice when you ask a narcissist something about their ex, they're going to usually tell you a lot of junk regarding the ex. You may sometimes hear things like the ex committed suicide, the ex killed themselves, the ex, they are now in psychiatric hospitals, the ex, they got a car accident, the ex did this, the ex did that, the ex did this. Now, most of the times, usually in the beginning of those entanglements, a lot of things will usually not make a lot of sense. Like anybody else who is interested in anyone, you don't really want to go into the details. But you're going to notice the narcissist has got a story with an ex. But it does not matter what story they have and what story they offer you, that story is not pretty, whichever way you want to look at it. Now you see, for you to understand the narcissist, you are going to know something. The narcissist has got a very long chain of victims behind them. Let me repeat this. The narcissist has got a very long chain of victims behind them. A lot of them have died, they have passed on due to different complications with their health. A lot of them have committed suicide. A lot of them have ended up in hospitals. A lot of them have been actually considered crazy or mad. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with a very negative and a very dense energy. So you're dealing with a very extremely toxic person. Not only are they toxic, but also do they radiate a very negative energy. But you see, me personally, I've seen a lot of narcissist victims that have been living behind. So usually when I've met those narcissists, I've tried to usually ask a little bit here and there, what exactly was the situation with your ex? What happened to this? What happened to that? So I've usually got to the bottom of things. Like you guys already know, I've known that the narcissist, they have left a lot of victims behind. In the beginning, when you don't know that you're dealing with a narcissist, none of these things is going to make sense to you. So you will not really know what exactly was the cause of those people that have supposedly committed suicide or are supposedly ended up in psychiatric hospitals. I can guarantee you something, guys, ladies and gentlemen. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with evil. The reason why you see those guys, they're jumping up and down from one victim to another. They finish off one victim. They live in a psychiatric hospital. As you're still struggling to heal, you are there dealing with something with your health. They already have somebody new. So for them, moving on is like waking up in the morning and getting out of bed. They don't care. They just wake up in the morning. They just dump you somewhere after 22 years or whatever, 25 years. They just run off with somebody new. So for them, it's like, it's a normal thing. They do it like a normal thing. But I can guarantee you that the narcissist, they have done this thing over and over again. It's just because you are simply the next victim. Now you see, the more you carry on in that cycle of hurting and abusing people, is the more you have got to deal with that karma. Because that karma, it doesn't matter what it is. You guys have seen my video before. I've done a video about karma. It does not matter who you are. It does not matter what you do. That karma is going to come and hit you back right in the face. and it's going to hit you back exactly where it hurts. So normally, when you're with a narcissist, along the lines of staying with them, in the same vicinity, in the same house or same environment, you're going to notice one thing. You're going to notice that narcissists, they are struggling with something invisible. Now, guys, I want you to listen very, very closely. I want you to pay close attention to this video. The narcissist, you're going to notice, they are struggling with an invisible force. Sometimes you may see them getting burdened. Sometimes you may see them doing some kind of actions, scratching off their heads, moving up and down, restless, sweating all the time. You're going to see the narcissist behave in a way, a paranormal way that you've never seen before. A lot of times, I can guarantee you guys, the narcissists, they're actually struggling with demons. I've told you guys again and again, it doesn't matter what they have told you. It does not matter what you listen to. Okay, you may get a little bit of here and this and that information from there. But I'll tell you guys something, that this whole narcissistic story and narcissism and everything, this whole thing is spiritual. The narcissist is battling demons. In the night, when you go to sleep, you will realize a narcissist can hardly sleep by themselves. They can hardly sleep alone. There has got to be somebody in the next room, if it is a parent, or there's got to be maybe a wife, or there has got to be somebody in that house. A narcissist cannot handle to sleep alone. Because when a narcissist is by themselves, it is like you've left them all of a sudden, they have been abandoned. And now they have got to look and fight head to head on with those so-called demons that they're struggling with. You are going to see the narcissist struggling in the night. Some of them even are scared of sleep. The narcissist, they are very scared of sleep. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I want you to recall the moment you have got to a hospital with a narcissist. It has been an emergency. I want you to recall the narcissist, their facial expression they got the moment they were told that they were going to be sedated. If they had to be sedated and they were supposed to be put to sleep for an operation to occur, I want you to recall the face that you saw on the narcissist's face. The narcissist does not want anything to do with sleep. So sometimes when you're talking about these things of sleep, they have that kind of a subconscious feeling that they're most likely not going to wake up the next morning. And it is real. Most of the times you can even see this narcissist, it's a narcissist. In worst case scenario, sometimes they can even die in their sleep. So when it comes to sleep, for the narcissist, it's very real. They are really, really struggling to sleep. You will see sometimes cases where you guys go to sleep and you're going to see almost a very little child, a very little baby trying to coil up. It's like they're trying to coil up and hide inside your body. It is like for you, as you go to sleep, you're supposed to offer them the maximum protection while they sleep, because then they can be guaranteed that they're going to wake up the next day. A narcissist has got to go to sleep and they have got to have a guarantee that they're going to wake up the next day. They should be able to open their eyes. And should they open their eyes, there should be somebody next to them in their sleep. A lot of you guys have not been noticing this. You might have been sleeping with a narcissist in the morning. Even before the morning, let's talk about the night. You have seen them all of a sudden wake up and screaming. It looks like in their dreams they are fighting with continuous forces that are invisible to you. The narcissists, they are fighting on a daily basis with entities you are not even aware of. They'll wake up and scream in the night. They will sometimes tell you stories. Somebody's following them. Somebody wants to kill them. Somebody's chasing them. A lot of you guys, because that time you're not aware that you've been dealing with these demons. Most of the times you will see them, they will be telling you somebody's following them and somebody wants to kill them in their sleep. In the morning, sometimes you wake up and you see the narcissist. They have got foam on their mouth. It's like they're leaking. Foam is leaking out of their mouth. You do not know where that foam is coming from. They are having continuous nightmares. That is the reason why usually even for the empath, when you've been involved with a narcissist with that kind of energy, that level of energy, even you as an individual who has been sleeping with a narcissist on a daily basis, sometimes you've been affected by sleep, affected in those sleep, and sometimes you've also noticed you're experiencing continuous nightmares. You do not even know where they're coming from. It is just simply because you are intoxicated by a very negative person, and that person that you're intoxicated, that person that you're dealing with, the person that is sleeping next to you in your bed, that person has destroyed so many souls behind you, before you, And I can guarantee you that actually that narcissist is simply and realistically running away from karma. They know that there is people who are after them. Even sometimes, if not physically, spiritually, there is people who are after them. And those individuals, they feel that for somewhere, somehow, they have tortured and they have made a lot of people to suffer. They have stolen people's money. They have broken up people's cars. They have destroyed people's children. They have caused people a lot of sicknesses, a lot of illnesses. They have destroyed anything that has come along their way. Even sometimes they have killed their own pets. You will sometimes see narcissists, those narcissists who have pets, they will just wake up one single morning and they will strangle their pet for no apparent reason. When I'm talking about narcissistic abuse, I will guarantee you guys I know what I'm talking about. The narcissist and all this narcissism, excuse me, guys. The narcissist, under this narcissism, everything you see around you is spiritual. This whole thing is spiritual. Those individuals on a daily basis, they are battling different kinds of demons each and every single day. Sometimes you'll go to the nurse with the narcissist in bed in the night. And as you're sleeping in the middle of the night, you'll see them, they're waking up, they're running around and opening the windows. It looks as if they're burning up. You know what I mean? It feels as if they are sweating in the night, they're burning up, they're waking up and screaming. They're running from something that you do not understand, and they're running from something that you cannot even see. That is because the narcissist believes and the narcissist feels there is a likeliness, most likely they are going to go to bed in the night, and it's possible they may not wake up the next day. Most of them, they are very much scared of that, and they know there's a chance that they're going to sleep and they are not going to wake up. So they need you to be with them as a guarantee that should they wake up the next day, they're going to turn around and you are there. At least there's even somebody in the next room, so they know at least there's somebody in the neighborhood watching over them, in the vicinity. It is almost difficult for a narcissist to sleep alone by themselves in the house. There has got to be at least a pet, maybe a little cat or a little dog, or there's got to be some form of a supply, a person that is going to guarantee them that should they wake up in the morning, everything will be okay. That's the only thing they need. Sometimes some of you guys have been with the narcissists, and you've seen them. You wake up in the middle of the night, 12 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock, sometimes 1 o'clock, and you wake up and they're not in the bed. They have already gotten out of bed. They are downstairs on TV, glued on TV for the whole night. Sometimes you walk around and you see them, they are downstairs preparing a cup of coffee. They are finding something to eat in the middle of the night. Those guys, they are extremely restless. They are running away constantly from entities and things that you cannot see and things that you don't understand. And I can guarantee you guys, let me tell you something. The narcissist will hide this from you, but the narcissists, they know that they have destroyed a lot of people behind you. They know this is just because they could not do nothing about it, but they know the amount of victims they have left behind you. They have cleared people's bank accounts. They have caused a lot of suffering to their own families, their own children. You can find a narcissistic parent completely destroying their own children in front of you. A narcissist is a very evil person. And the narcissist, not only are they evil, they are ready to take whatever it is comes along their way. They are ready to sweep everything or whatever comes along their way. They're going to take everything with them. So sleep is impossible for a narcissist. They will sleep. Sometimes they will sleep. But most of the times, like for us who have been dealing with them, we have seen a lot of these patterns. You will see sometimes they will sleep, but they can only sleep when they have got a guarantee that there's somebody next to them. Other than that, I can guarantee you guys, you will see a narcissist running up and down in the middle of the night. They are running in the kitchen. They are somewhere in the bathroom hiding with their phones. They're downstairs watching television. Sometimes even sometimes they manage to sleep. They will get up in the middle of the night. They will be screaming because they feel that there are these demons after them. So the narcissist is dealing. When you're talking about the narcissist, we're talking about somebody who is an extremely broken soul, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about somebody, they are only waiting to die, which is even sometimes on the very subconscious level, they feel that somewhere, somehow, their life is going to end. They do not know how it's going to end or when it's going to end, but they feel something is going to take their life at some point, because they know the souls, the amount of souls they are broken behind you along their lines in their lifetime. They know, and I can guarantee you guys it's a lot of them. It's so many of them. So do not be surprised when you see you're with somebody. For most of you guys who are not yet awakened about this narcissistic abuse and everything, do not be surprised when you notice you have got a partner and it looks as if that partner every single night, their eyes are wide awake. It's like you're sleeping, but their eyes wide awake. Have you ever gotten up in the morning only for you to open your eyes and you notice the narcissist actually was watching you? They're just there, like staring at you, like as you sleep, they're staring at you. Guys, this is very freaky. You know what I mean? These individuals, they're the most weirdest people you can ever encounter. You will wake up in the morning and you see the narcissist. Their eyes are wide open. They're just staring at you like this. For you to open your eyes and you see some kind of weird eyes looking at you. Very early in the morning. Most likely they have woken up like 2 hours before you and they could not sleep. The only thing they had to do was just to continue monitoring you and staring at you and watching you as you sleep. So when you're talking about narcissists, we're talking about very, very weird individuals, extremely weird and dangerous individuals. So let me know in this video, guys, of course, if you have had this kind of sleep situation with a narcissist. You could have caught them up in the kitchen making a dinner at 2 o'clock in the morning. You could have caught them up having a coffee in the middle of the night. You could have caught them running up and down all over the house as you guys are sleeping in the night. Even sometimes you could have caught them at the outside of the house making the garden. They are moving up and down. They just cannot, for some reason, get sleep. I would like to know what has been your experience in the comment section below. Guys, you always know that I love and appreciate your support. You can always book a session with me, guys. Narcissistic abuse is real, and I'm here to help you to break it through. Not only that, to help you on your healing journey and recovery process. Drop us a comment, like and share the video, and until then, I'll get back to you in the next one. Much love and blessings. There's a signing out.